Section 3 is about intellectual performance. First, I'm going to go over the Arab American intellect and education, an interview, case study, and some statistics. Then Asian American intellect, education, and some more statistics. And then I'm going to compare the two and tie in class concept again. And then I'll give you guys a little bit of a hint on my two questions for the final exam. So first we have Arab American intellect, and under education, they actually send their kids to private school very often because they believe that this will help their children maintain the customs. They like to find schools that incorporate Arabic language so that they learn it and learn how to write and read it. And they believe this helps them to learn the values and customs of their culture, as well as American values, customs, and norms and stuff. So they like to really tie in the two and emphasize their culture as well. There was an interview of an Arab man named Muhammad, and he sent his fourth grade son to private school in Yemen, and he believes that this benefits his son because he is learning Islamic customs and language, and his son also learns American customs when he visits home, so he gets both. And they're both U.S. citizens, so this is very common in the Arab American culture because they really like to bring the two together but still emphasize their customs and norms and ways. And some statistics. 82% receive a high school diploma. 36% have a bachelor's degree or higher. 15% have a postgraduate degree, meaning a master's, a PhD, or an MD. 13% are currently in preschool. 58% are currently in elementary school or high school. 22% are in college, and 77% are currently doing graduate studies. So, Asian American intellect under education, they're very dedicated to learning. They usually go to public school rather than private school. Their parents bring them up to study and work hard. They work really hard to get good grades, which they believe is it's kind of like they owe their parents for bringing them into the world and raising them. And they're very respectful, and they work really, really hard for an education. It's like top priority for Asian Americans. So some statistics are that 86% have a high school diploma, 49% have a bachelor's degree or higher, 20% have their master's, PhD, or MD, and as you can tell by these, that Asian Americans have the highest statistics of all racial and ethnic groups in the U.S. These are way higher than white Americans also. So it really shows that their dedication to education results in these numbers. A comparison of the two. Asians prefer public schools while Arabs prefer private. Asians are hardworking for their families, and Arabs learn the culture and customs of their ways in their education. Asians are not as religious as Arabs, and both are very successful at school with high percentage of graduation rates. And but Asian American statistics are a bit higher than Arab Americans, but they're both definitely two of the highest graduation rates. And I tied in collectivist cultures because both these are collectivist cultures, which means that it revolves around how you're seen by others, and you put the group before the self. And this is shown in Arab Americans in that they're sent to private school to learn the custom and language, and this supports remaining a part of the Arab culture, which is really important. And then it's shown in Asian Americans in that they work really hard to do good in school and to honor their family and their culture. So they're both very collectivist cultures. So some hints for the test questions. You definitely want to remember what I listed as the Arab American stereotypes. And these were, they're all terrorists, they're all oil rich, they all come from the desert, they're all Islamic extremists, they're all violent people, the women are all subservient to men, and they all hate Americans. And you also want to remember that 49% of Asian Americans have a bachelor's degree or higher, and 36% of Arab Americans have a bachelor's degree or higher.
Once again, I'm Jessica, and my partner is Lindsay, and we hope that you learned something from this presentation about Asian Americans and Arab American stereotypes and intellectual performances. If you have any questions, just ask them. We're both logged in live, and we'll type away and answer them. So, feel free.